It's really important to understand that Jesus is a king, and he's the King of Kings. He's not just someone who came down here so we can believe a God might exists. He's a king that we're to obey. That's why the Bible, Daniel 7, talks about thrones, his throne. The court sat in judgment. If you go to Revelation chapter 3, to the one who conquers, I will grant him to sit with me on my throne, as I also conquered and sat down with my Father on his throne. So the same way that Jesus conquered, we need to conquer. I will grant him to sit with me on my throne, as I also conquered. To the one who conquers, as I conquered, and sit down with my Father on his throne. He who has an ear, let him hear. Now look at chapter 4 of Revelation. After this I heard, and behold, a door standing open in heaven, and the first voice which I heard speaking was to me like a trumpet, said, Come up here, and I will show you what must take place after this. So this is John being called up into heaven. The church remains on earth. John is called up into heaven to see what happens between chapters 2 and 3 of Revelation and chapter 7 of Revelation. So John is transported to heaven. He's looking at things. This is not the rapture of the church as our teachers who understand that Israel is still alienated from the Gentiles teaches. That's not what's happening here. And I will show you what must take place after this. And once I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne stood in heaven, and with one seated on the throne. And he who sat there had the appearance of jasper and carnelian, and around his throne was a rainbow that had the appearance of an emerald. Around the throne, the 24 elders seated on the thrones, and the 24 elders clothed in white garments, golden crowns on their heads. From the throne came flashes and lightning, rumblings, peals of thunder. Before the throne were burning 7 torches of fire, which 7 spirits of God. Before the throne there was, as it were, a sea of glass like crystal, and around the throne and each side of the throne are 4 living beings. And that talks about a lion, an ox, a face, and an eagle. And the 4 living creatures, each of them having 6 wings full of eyes around within. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God, who was, and is to come. So we see a lot of throne room activity here, a lot of courtroom activity like we saw back here. Court sat in judgment. The Antichrist is killed.